You walk into the ICU for shift handoff, and the alarms are already going off. Your patient is severely confused. Their skin is yellow, their IV sites won't stop bleeding, and their abdomen is massively swollen. I'm Brooke Wallace. With 20 years of experience in the ICU and transplant coordination, I developed SuperNurse AI to turn textbook concepts into the decisive actions you need at the bedside. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and visit supernurse.ai to join our community. During an overwhelming shift handoff, you are looking at a simultaneous systemic collapse. The patient's mental state is deteriorating from hepatic encephalopathy. Their fluid balance is racked with ascites, and their blood simply will not clot because of coagulopathy. The liver is a massive, multitasking chemical factory, performing over 500 functions all at once. Instead of reacting to individual symptoms, we must look at these interconnected conveyor belts and figure out exactly which assembly lines have stopped working. In this animated pathway, we see the liver acting as the body's waste disposal system. It takes highly toxic ammonia, a byproduct of protein digestion in the gut, and converts it into harmless urea. That urea is then safely excreted by the kidneys. But when the liver fails, this conversion stops entirely. As the filter breaks apart here, those untransformed toxic ammonia molecules bypass the organ and flood the bloodstream. They travel directly up to the brain, causing extreme confusion and mental decline. Because we cannot put a liver on dialysis to clean this up. We have to bypass the biological filter manually. We administer lactulose, a medication that forces the body to physically excrete the excess ammonia out through the stool. Doctors will typically order this titrated to produce 2 to 3 stools a day. As the nurse, you need to manage the immediate logistics. Have a commode ready, put down absorbent pads, and implement strict fall precautions with bed alarms because these patients are highly altered and moving frequently. Treating hepatic encephalopathy requires aggressive environmental management to protect a vulnerable patient while their biological filter is manually bypassed. When reviewing labs, it is easy to look at high AST and ALT values and assume the organ has shut down. But these liver enzymes only indicate cellular injury. They are the fire alarms telling you the factory is actively burning, but they do not measure whether the organ is actually functioning. To measure true organ function, you must check the liver's primary manufactured outputs, plasma proteins, specifically albumin, and blood clotting factors measured by PT and INR. This diagram shows what happens when albumin levels drop. Albumin creates oncotic pressure, which is the force that keeps fluid inside the vascular space. Without it, the blood vessel loses its structural integrity and fluid visibly leaks out into the surrounding tissue, causing massive abdominal swelling, or ascites. At the same time, if the liver stops producing clotting factors, the PT and INR values rise. Looking closely at this injury site, we see the necessary binding protein structures are entirely absent. Red blood cells freely escape, leaving the patient's anatomy incredibly fragile and prone to severe bleeding. Understanding the difference between injury labs and functional labs allows you to anticipate these physical, systemic breakdowns and prepare your interventions before they become fatal. In this diagram of the portal system, we see the first pass effect in action. When an oral medication dissolves in the gut, it travels via the portal vein directly to the liver. The liver heavily metabolizes a large percentage of that dose before the remainder finally enters the systemic bloodstream. When the liver filter is blocked by failure, this essential process is completely bypassed. The full, unbroken volume of the medication floods directly into the systemic bloodstream at a dangerous 100% capacity. This requires immediate adjustments at the bedside. You must consult the pharmacy, drastically lower standard IV medication doses, and strictly avoid hepatotoxic drugs like Tylenol that rely on liver metabolism to safely clear. When the liver's filtration system fails, standard medication dosing becomes lethal. The bedside nurse acts as the final critical safeguard between the pharmacy and the patient's survival. This time lapse captures a unique biological anomaly. The liver is the only visceral organ capable of natural, full regeneration. It can rebuild itself seamlessly, restoring complete function, even if up to 75% of it is removed. On the right side of this split screen, we see the results of chronic damage like severe alcoholism. Instead of regenerating, the panicking cells lay down heavy collagen and scar tissue. Over time, this permanently hardens the organ into a non-functioning concrete-like mass known as cirrhosis. If you have a patient coming out of alcohol withdrawal, their system is finally free of the substance. You can step in and tell them that their liver has a genuine chance to heal and rebuild, but only if they stop drinking immediately. To manage liver failure effectively, monitor functional outputs like albumin and PT-INR, adjust medication dosages, and aggressively clear ammonia with lactulose and strict fall precautions. By translating physiological knowledge into bedside action, you manage the immediate failure and gain the authority to guide patients toward a second chance at life. Hey, thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what topics you want to see more of and how I can help you become the super nurse you were born to be. I hope to see you here again real soon.